The broadcast began with a child's scream, and ended with the galaxy's worst mistake. High Chancellor Vroth of the Valari Dominion stood tall on the obsidian dais of the Supreme Broadcast Chamber, surrounded by 12-foot banners stitched from the hides of conquered species. He didn't blink as the Terran child, a 9-year-old girl in a faded NASA t-shirt, was forced to kneel before the cameras. "This is what becomes of defiance," Vroth sneered, his voice slithering across 800 billion receivers across the galaxy. "Let it be known, Earth is nothing. Their offspring are currency now." He made a slicing gesture. The screen cut to black. On Earth, silence fell across every continent. For 4 seconds. Then came the upload. A man in a Hawaiian shirt, chewing bubblegum, leaned into a microphone in a dim-lit war room. "Hi, my name's Steve. And we're about to make that lizard wish he'd eaten a power line instead." Around him, the united coalition of Earth's Strategic Command Center flickered to life. Flags of every nation flanked the walls, but nobody was saluting. There wasn't time. Admiral Gutierrez adjusted her glasses, nodded once and barked, "Bring up protocol, kick the hive." "Authorization?" asked the AI. "Her blood," Gutierrez said grimly, "just authorized everything." Across the solar system, dead satellites turned on. Mars-based reflectors began blinking in code. And on Earth's darkest databanks, locked behind 14 failsafes, the meme arsenal began to upload. Meanwhile, on the Valari homeworld, the elite chuckled in arrogance. "Humans?" scoffed strategist Lechthal, sipping ion wine. "They're barely sentient. Their military still uses projectiles. What will they do? Throw sarcasm at us?" "Actually," came Steve's voice, now live on every Valari channel, "that's exactly what we're doing." The screen cut to a countdown. "Y'all picked the wrong planet." Across the Dominion, confusion spread like wildfire. "Why is there a toaster singing on our fleet's mainframe?" screamed a Valari technician. "Sir, the dreadnought just vented all its toilets into the command bridge. Every screen is..." "Rick Astley?" Fleet Admiral Krax smashed his claw into the console. "Shut it down. Cut the feed. Cut the..." 0. Then came the drop. A Terran ship entered Valari orbit, not a war vessel, not even a prototype. It was an Amazon delivery drone, retrofitted with a railgun, a disco ball, and a speaker blasting the BGs at 240 decibels. The payload? A singular warhead labeled in spray paint, "For the kid, love Earth's sparkling heart." It didn't explode. It played a PowerPoint. Slide 1. A spreadsheet calculating the number of Valari bureaucrats involved in the child's execution. Slide 2. A heat map showing where each one lived. Slide 3. A selfie of Steve holding a bucket of popcorn. Then it exploded, with confetti, glitter, and a short-range EMP that knocked out every targeting system within 300,000 kilometers. Empire ships crashed into each other like drunk hornets. On Valari Prime, their Imperial anthem was replaced with 6,000 simultaneous autoplay ads for a fictional human soda called Wrath. Tastes like regret. The Valari Parliament erupted in chaos. Councillor Rithtak's mandibles clicked wildly. "They're using a weaponized humor?" "No," growled Vroth, pale and sweating. "They're using culture. Raw, unfiltered, unrefined human madness." Meanwhile, Steve was live streaming from a submarine in the Indian Ocean. "Sup, Galaxy. Here's today's agenda: eat breakfast, ruin an empire, pet a cat." The cat meowed in approval. "Deploy the Grandma unit," he added, pressing a big red button labeled Unholy Matriarch Protocol. Seconds later, a fleet of 800,000 war drones, each shaped like an angry old lady with a rolling pin, appeared over Valari mining colonies. They moved fast. They demanded manners. One Valari mining overseer was vaporized after failing to say please. By the end of the day, the Empire had lost 3 sectors, 6 moons, and 1 very expensive ambassadorial yacht. Earth's response wasn't strategic. It was personal. "Emperor Vroth, they've taken Sector 14 with something called..." "The Resonator," stammered a Valari aide. Vroth's eyes twitched. "Explain." They use sound. But not a weapon. The song. It triggered mass hallucinations in every Valari soldier within range. They saw their mothers scolding them. "Impossible." "They're still apologizing, sir." Vroth screamed into the void. Meanwhile, the Resonator loomed above the Empire's capital moon. It wasn't a weapon in the traditional sense. It looked like a giant record player, spinning one song, Bohemian Rhapsody, on loop. But with each cycle, the resonance deepened, rewiring frequencies, infecting algorithms, shattering military protocols. Volari cruisers turned on themselves. Artificial intelligences wrote poetry instead of launching missiles. One battleship wept openly. Steve appeared on their mainframe again. Fun fact, he said, holding up a toaster. This toaster runs quantum code now. You know what else it does? Orders nukes when it hears the word oops. He tossed the toaster behind him. Someone in the Volari command center said oops. 4 moons blinked out of existence. Whoops, Steve added with a grin. Meanwhile, Admiral Gutierrez initiated Earth's psychological final blow, Operation Galactic Petty. Human satellites beamed down every annoying Earth sound at once. Baby crying. Dial-up tones. A kazoo solo. Discord notifications. Volari soldiers clawed at their skulls. Civil unrest swept through their cities. Protests erupted, not against humans but against their own leaders. One Volari pundit screamed live on air, "We shouldn't have killed the child. We could have kidnapped the dog instead." "Too late," said Steve. "We brought the dog." Behind him, a golden retriever in a jetpack barked heroically. Vroth stood alone in the shattered palace, watching the Empire's logo flicker. The resonator boomed outside. One of the Emperor's aides walked in, trembling. "They've hacked the loyalty genes. Our own troops are defecting to join a Terran cooking show." "It's over," Vroth whispered. But he was wrong. It got worse. Earth dropped the final weapon, the bureaucracy bomb. A cloud of legal paperwork descended from orbit. Every page cited galactic law. Every form demanded signatures. Every clause had a footnote. Volari systems froze trying to process the legal cascade. Their AI judges short-circuited. Entire starships self-destructed rather than complete one more HR compliance form. Steve appeared again, wearing a judge's wig, holding a rubber chicken. "By the power vested in me by nobody at all," he said, "I declare this empire unsubscribed." And with a honk of the rubber chicken, Earth's final broadcast hit every screen in the galaxy. It was a looping video of a single sentence. "Don't mess with our kids." Signed, everyone from Earth. Vroth fled. The Dominion collapsed within days. And on Earth, the same little girl's face was painted across every building, every screen, every starship. Her name became a rallying cry, her laughter the anthem of rebellion. In the final scene, Steve leaned back in a hammock, sipping soda under the stars. "Well," he said, "who's up for brunch?" Mic drop. Want more stories where humans turn interstellar war into an art form of chaos? Smash that subscribe button and let's rewrite the galaxy, Earth style.